Awesome. So if it's possible to be at the right place at the right time, what happens if you do not take action? Wouldn't it make it as if you were never there? And nothing can happen. How many of you are here because you're looking for increase? Say increase.
Increase.
How many of you desire increase? Say increase.
Increase.
Now listen to me. Increase is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. In our lives, we are designed as humans to crave increase. Even as a child, there's something in us that's unexplainable. It's nothing that we learn. It's an automatic desire for increase, wanting to grow. I have two baby girls, Psalms and Hannah. One's 4 and one's 6. The most amazing thing, as a child, I knew they wanted to walk. I didn't try to sell them on it. I didn't say that you should learn how to walk. I saw the desire and the crave for increase. So it's there when we're born. So there's nothing wrong with wanting increase. A lot of times in life we stop desiring increase because we let somebody else's opinion become our reality. How many people in life have says it's not possible? You don't deserve it. You don't have an education. Our family doesn't come from a wealthy background. And a lot of times we'll borrow that and we will think that our past has something to do with our future. How many of you know that where you come from has nothing to do with where you're going? You have to have that desire and a decision to accept and want increase. Patrick was talking a little bit about my background, and I won't go deep into that because I want to get into the purpose of us being here. I'm the youngest son of 3. And my earliest memory in life was living in a battered women's shelter. I was homeless. So I've been through a lot of things in my life, and there are a lot of people who said that I don't deserve it. There are a lot of people who think, based on society and the studies that have been done on me, right now you are looking at somebody who's supposed to be an abusive alcoholic. Because my father was. The studies and statistics show that I'm supposed to be in prison just because of where I'm from and what I've done. And I'm telling you this because I want you to understand, regardless of where you come from, I'm only focused on where you're going. What I love about Success University is the mere definition of looking at someone and saying, listen, if you can learn how to win from the inside out, you've mastered life. Most people just want to win on the outside. Did you know that on studies, especially here because you guys have Orchard Road and all these other malls, did you know that most people spend more money on the outside of them than they do the inside? Which psychologically means we are more focused on what people think about us instead of what we think about ourselves. Say ouch.
Ouch.
Good, I want it to hurt. This is a seminar for increase. You cannot learn how to swim in shallow water. How many of you understand that what you put into yourself is more valuable than what you're putting on the outside of yourself? Why? Because nobody can take away what's from within. I should be a loser in life. But I started focusing on building Johnny from the inside out. And I remember thinking to myself and telling people, you know, I want to be a speaker. I want to train people. I want to train people to think that nothing can stop them. I want to expose people to the reality that where you come from has nothing to do with where you're going. And if I can do it, say me too.
Me too.
And I wanted to share that with people. I wanted to help people experience the reality that you can win in life regardless of your past. And I remember people telling me, Johnny, yes, you're a success story. You're very successful in life. And I was 24 years old, and people were saying, Johnny, you're very successful, but nobody wants to hear a message from you because of your past. And I said, but I want to help people. I want to increase people. I want to show people that it's possible, regardless of where they come from. They said, Johnny, you have a great story. But you'll never share the stage with people like Les Brown, Zig Ziglar, Jim Rohn, Dr. Dennis Waitley, Jack Canfield, Dr. John Gray. These people will never want to be associated with you. And I remember thinking to myself, why? Because, Johnny, you have a bad past. You've been arrested. You're an ex-drug dealer. They don't want to be associated with people like you. And I remember thinking to myself, but I think that it's time that real people want to hear from real people that have made it to the other side. I believe that people want to hear real stories, not just people who've studied it. Not just people who are talking about things. Yes, they're teaching the right principles, but wouldn't it be better if you were learning from somebody who's really been through hell and refused to stop? And I remember thinking to myself, I just want to help. Johnny, they won't share the stage with you. And then I heard something that Frank Sinatra said. Frank Sinatra said that true revenge is all-out massive success. So instead of me telling people why I could do it, or instead of me going home and crying saying, why can't I do this? I got revenge. So Johnny, none of these people will endorse who you are because they don't want the bad reputation. I said, that's not me anymore. That's the old Johnny. This is the new Johnny. But Johnny, society won't give you another chance. And I said, I'm going to get revenge. Here I am 5 years later, a best-selling author. I've shared the stage with the great Jim Rohn. I've done projects with Zig Ziglar. I just co-wrote a book with Jack Canfield, Chicken Soup for the Soul. I remember the first interview that I did was with Jack Zufelt. And I remember Jack Zufelt called me. And I didn't know who he was at the time, but it started getting out there and people started calling me. The same people that they said I'd never work with were now calling me. And I'm not saying this to impress you. I'm saying it more to impress upon you. In this seminar tonight, I dare you to cancel every negative message that is in your head that someone else said that it wasn't possible.